Whoa, fuck, hold on a second. Okay, hello! I still have to fix some shit. It's not quite great, but,
Whoa!
just bear with me, okay? Like,
Consummate
it doesn't
professionalism
save
from everyone.
anything I do, because I don't know why. So
See?
Oh no.
So I'll do this while we're doing announcements. But anyway, hello, my name is Anne. I'm the DM of this game. It's a homebrew horror-ish or darker campaign. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. We're playing with a bunch of homies. A lot of them I know personally, and am sharing with you all their amazingness.
And I'm a mystery.
And Silver is going to join us IRL soon, hopefully, just to, like, conjugate our group. Anyway, that was great. I've just been looking at Secret Butthole Instagram for the last 5 minutes. So, anyway.
Very
I have
distracted.
to tell them.
Yes. Hello. Oh, welcome. This is going to be a really great game. A lot is happening. But you can find me on Instagram at Dusty's Illustration. Otherwise, if you like pet stuff, you can also find me on Instagram at Ekans the BP. On my own channel, it's kind of on hiatus, but soon we're going to continue our Search for Planet Azad science fiction homebrew series. But yeah, let's go ahead and key into our announcements. GW?
Griffin Co. Thank you to our longtime sponsor, Griffin Co. You can check them out on griffinco.com. They have a lot of cool 3D prints of terrain and minis and like cool spell effects and all the things you would need for a tabletop. You can find there. Go to griffinco.com and use our promo code FABLED42 to get 22% off your purchase. So, and tell them we said hi.
And Butters, you're up.
Well, obviously, you got to go with our friends at Underground Oracle every time you want, more resources. They do stuff for 5th edition on both sides of the screen. You can find them at undergroundoracle.com or at DriveThruRPG. Solid.
And we're also going to talk about Nine Realms Gaming. They hand make all of their products from natural woods to create quality and affordable gaming accessories. We do have a promo code with them. It's Fabled42 for 10% off. And that's ninerealmsgaming.com. Mackenzie?
Cool. I have the Critical Dice announcement, my favorite. So I actually won one of the giveaways for the channel for Critical Dice, and they shipped them to me, and I love them very much. We actually do some giveaways for Critical Dice. One that is at our break, and one is at the end of the game. So all you have to do in chat is type !critical, and it will enter you into the giveaway. And then at those times, we will pick and see if you win. But otherwise, that is Critical Dice. They also have a website, I believe. It is Critical Dice. Let me check real quick. The criticaldice.com.
That's very important. The is very important.
Very important. Emphasizes importance.
And Silver.
Yeah, I am here to tell you about all the other wonderful people who play varying degrees, usually Dungeons and Dragons, of things on Fable 42, like on Wednesdays. Today is Monday, for the record, if you forgot. On Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Pacific, you can watch the latest episode of Heroes of Salon with Colin of Family Fantasy RPG as our game master. And until Duke City Chronicles, our Monsters of the Week campaign returns on Fridays with their end game hunt. It's a perfect time to catch up on past time antics of Team C4 via YouTube. And we pride ourselves on bringing a wide range of quality storytelling to those that are eager to join our adventures, which I have definitely seen firsthand, for the record. And if you happen to miss us live, you can catch our VOD on YouTube every Wednesday at 6 a.m. Pacific. You can watch all the past episodes as well as anything else aired by Fabled 42 on there. You should subscribe to the YouTube so you don't miss any of the updates, the chaos, and the antics that we have going on here.
thank you so much, you guys. Just a reminder that if you are a subscriber, you can give 1 luck and 1 inspo to either any of our beautiful players over here or me. So, I mean, if you give it to me, I will wreck them. But otherwise, if you want to help them, I mean, also a good idea.
And we're all masochists, so you should definitely let her wreck us.
Yeah. You know, he
Please.
he definitely likes that. Anyway, so yeah, join us. Reminder that is exclamation critical in the chat. You can enter at any point now until the middle of the game, and we will draw a winner then, and then draw a winner at the end of the game as well. So 2 winners for today. 2. Okay, so anyway, where is the team right now? Well, kind of split off. Right now, there's a lot happening in the brothel. It looks like Calamity did pick up an instrument and is playing for everybody a sweet tune. Everybody in the place is engaged and having a good time. Terrence is having a good time watching everybody. And Toddle is working on some crafting and some tinkering up in his room. But if we pan over to Fancy and Lander, it looks like Lander is invisible, spying on Fancy's date that Lander volunteered her for. But a good thing he did, just because Fancy is getting a little bit more intel from this jewelry keeper who kind of has an eye on her, an eye for her, and is, I guess, trying to keep her safe. So let's start there. So this man, he kind of, adjusts himself in the chair and looks at you again. I'm sorry if it's overwhelming what I'm telling you. Not a lot of people like you. I have a good sense for people. Not a lot of people like you come into this town, and I feel like I'm obligated to make sure that you're safe and your friends are safe. And then he feels a little awkward, like he just dropped all this fucking news and you are staring at him like, who the fuck is this person? And he gets a little embarrassed. And as the waitress comes back over, he does accept a couple of drinks, slides one over to you, Fancy, and takes one himself.
I would really like to dig into people like you, but we don't have time for that right now. So what I'm going to say is this. I don't think you understand half of what me and my crew have been through at this point. And on another note, I don't know half of my crew, so that's a whole other problem. They just joined, honestly, in the past 24 hours. But that's a whole separate situation.
I feel like most people, or most travelers around here, they only know so many people for so long. Seems to be the world we live in. Anyway, I
will take what you've said into consideration, and I appreciate your warning.
Thanks. I don't know if it's gonna happen tonight or what. I've been getting a lot of signals, overhearing some things from the black market, from people in town, passerby. I've noticed a lot of people leaving the town really quickly. I do notice disturbances in magic throughout this entire
Can I
area.
insight check him to see if he's telling the truth?
Sure. So I don't know what's happening. I know it's something big. I know it's something it's been building up for the last month or so now.
I rolled a 15 and I have +5, so that's a 20.
A 20. He's telling the truth. It looks like there's a lot more he wants to say that he's not saying. But everything he said so far is true.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I need to know why I should even trust you about this.
I guess.
Why do I care what you have to say?
I guess an act of faith. One good person to another.
You think in this world we can just run on good people?
I wish this world still did. No, you'll have to just take my word for it. If anything, just keep an eye out. Maybe take watch overnight. practice to make sure everyone's safe. Take turns.
Sure. When you said everyone's leaving town, where do they go exactly when they leave town?
Most of them are just passing through to get to the major city. That's 50 or so miles away from here. But I've noticed a lot of people aren't staying long. It seems to me a lot of those people are magic users or understand magic in some capacity. So whatever they're sensing here is alerting them to leave. And people don't take chances, not in this whole lifetime.
No, I understand that for sure. All right, well, let's eat at least, since we're here.
Let's eat. And so, yeah, and the waitress comes back and takes the order.
Order the most expensive shit on them.
And you do. And he pays for it. Happily.
Perfect.
But we're going to pan back over to the tavern where Calamity is playing a little tune. And everyone, so you are standing on a table, surrounded by people, and they're all just listening to you. Some of them trying to sing along or improvising lyrics. A lot of them cheersing, passing around drinks, some in their own kind of conversations here and there, but it's a busy night. It's poppin'. It's a clear, beautiful night, and people are having fun.
Awesome. Yeah, I just continue to play and feel everyone's vibe, because it's been a while since I've felt this positively about my surroundings.
And Terrence, what are you doing?
You said the music's playing pretty hard, right, at this point?
Yeah.
I'm pretty much just going with the flow. I'm like, sweet Adeline, like I'm banging the table, like I'm in my own. I'm quite distracted at this point of my own volition.
Awesome. And Toddle, what are you doing?
So I went upstairs to tinker and create some things. I'm thinking that I need to build myself. Let's see. Let me look at my inventory here. I think there's something I'm going to need to buy.
Okay.
Which is, I really want to buy a shield, but I will do that later. And then I have all these oils that I wanted to infuse people's either armor or weapons with. So, if anyone has any spare armor or weapons that they happen to just not have on their body, I have 4 different oils that I would love to put onto their weapons or armor. So, let me see here.
Okay, well, it looks like you do know where everyone's staying. Everyone on the team, are you currently wearing all of your armor right now?
Yes, I am.
One yes.
I think I probably left it in the room with Toddle specifically because I was like, I'm going on a date. You do whatever you need to do to this.
Yes.
I left all my stuff with them.
Yeah, I don't think Lander, you even went back to the room yet.
I didn't. I definitely do not have any of my gear with Toddle.
Okay, so Toddle, all the armor that you see right now is fancy. It's laid out on one of the beds.
Okay. Let me see here. Let me see here. I've got my 4 different potions, and I'm trying to see what they do. So that way we can pick. We got sharpness, slipperiness, heroism, and etherealness. Coat 1 slashing or piercing weapon up to 5 pieces of slashing or piercing ammunition. Applying oil takes 1 minute for 1 hour. That's fine. Coated item is magical and has a +3 bonus to attack and damage rolls. You want that? Our barbarian.
That's cuckoo bananas for sure.
Well, Fancy, what weapons do you have laid out right now that Toddle would see?
Well, let's see here.
my plus 25
I
axe.
have a black broadsword. I have a meat cleaver, meat tenderizer.
Let's put that on your meat cleaver because that's what is it? What's damage does it do?
2d6 plus 3.
Yeah, let's
You
do
wanna
that.
make the broken 2-turn sword more broken.
Hell yeah.
I'm so annoyed that it takes an action to raise it above my head.
Yeah, it takes
That
2
also
turns to use
has,
it.
yeah, that also has magic damage. But I mean, it's up to you. You can make my super broken sword more broken, or use my meat cleaver. I also have slender fillet knives.
Huh. No,
That is
I think we should up. Like, I want you to hit heavy. Like,
sweet.
that's my opinion. But
Yeah. No, I
okay,
agree.
let's do it. Let's do it. Let's put the potion of sharpness on that for you. So you'll get a +3 bonus to attack and damage rolls.
Okay. Potion of
And it
sharpness.
is slashing or piercing. Oh, well, that's for your thing, yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Neat. And then I can probably do something else. I want to give Calamity something. Let me see. What do I have that I can fashion up for you?
Loading up. Well, while you're thinking about that,
Yeah.
downstairs. We'll say some time goes by, like an hour or so. And you're gonna notice a couple of the people in the tavern are leaving, so it is starting to thin out, but a little earlier than you thought.
Roughly what time is it? Do I feel like it might be?
It's like 8 o'clock.
Oh, so it's definitely dark out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that Calamity is kind of tired. Had a rush of energy when he was playing for everyone and dancing, and he's gonna flop down right next to Terrence. Wow, that was so much fun. It's been a long time since I felt anything like that.
Terrence is face down in a nondescript pile of liquid and just kind of like, that was dope as hell.
Thanks. It's been a while. I wonder. I should probably give this back, right? And I showed Terrence the flute that was given to me from that woman's brazier. I should probably give this back, yeah?
I mean, she did give it to you, but I mean, it's a good icebreaker. You're called bud.
I'm gonna look around. Do I see the woman who gave this flute to me?
Yeah, it looks like she's chatting up somebody right now. It looks like an elven man clad in black armor at the bar.
I'm gonna hop down off the table and kind of make my way over to her. And once I get close enough, I'm going to gently grasp her gown and kind of tug it to get her attention.
As you do that, right before she even gets a chance to notice, and like she starts to turn towards you, the elven man is gonna kick you away, because he a dick. And oh shit, does an 18 hit?
Yes.
Okay. So that's 3 points of bludgeoning damage, and it's gonna knock you back. And the waitress is gonna be mortified. And she's gonna pick you up like a child, like from under your armpits. Are you okay, sweetie? And then there's gonna be, well, no one else noticed. She's just gonna turn away from the elven man and just tend to you. She's gonna put you on the bar. Sweetie, are you okay? I'm so sorry about that.
He got me pretty good.
And the man is gonna reach over and try to grab her shoulder and pull her back towards him, and he's gonna be annoyed that she's ignoring him.
Does Terrence see this?
Yeah, probably.
I'm gonna try to intervene here.
Okay.
So positionally here. So let's see. Calamity's sitting down. So like.
Calamity is on the bar counter now because Lady with the big tigums picked him up and put him on the counter, and is facing away from the elven guy who's sitting at the bar. So he's behind her, but is trying to like get her attention and is being kind of shovey.
I'm gonna dash over there and put my arm on the guy's shoulder and say nah, and then try to stab him in the kidney.
Okay, roll to hit.
Let's see. And when I do this with a punch where I think I'm unarmed, but I definitely have a dagger in my knife.
Okay.
So let's see here.
Sorry,
You
that
got
was a very
A.
bad gradual transition to the song. Working on that.
9.
A 9? Does it hit it? No, it doesn't hit. It matches.
Ooh.
So no, it doesn't hit him.
You rolled a 9 to hit? What'd you roll on the dice?
2.
Oh.
Pretty bad.
Come on, y'all. We need those luck and inspos. Holler out what you're gonna get.
Yeah, the DM's got to roll higher.
Yeah.
I'm gonna yell out, stop it! And I'm going to sing this elven man, grab this woman, and then Terrace come over, and drunkenly try to stab, but completely misses.
Yeah, he catches his hand.
I'm gonna hop onto the back of the elf, and I'm just gonna just try to grab him to like stay on.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna say, stop it, and just shake.
Okay, I'm gonna say that happens because he's distracted by almost getting stabbed. So you do grapple him. He is oh man. He is going to try to elbow Terrence first.
Ooh.
Does a 12 hit?
No.
Oh shit. Okay, so he's gonna miss. But the lady with the big old titums, bless her soul, is gonna cast Firebolt at him.
Oh.
With a natural 20.
Oh shit! Oh damn!
She mad. Oh man, hold on. Do I remember what a firebolt is? I do.
Firebolt, not fireball, correct?
Yeah, firebolt.
Okay, cool. I was about to be like, yo, this whole fucking shit's gonna go up in flames now.
Yeah, it's a 14 points of fire damage. He lets go of Terrence's wrist and then backs up. But Calamity, you're still grappling his head. And he's gonna be pissed.
I'm gonna do something.
Okay.
Tell me when.
When?
All right. As I'm, as she hits him with the firebolt, and there's like the eruption of fire, and he backs away, and I'm just pulling at the back of his shirt. Stop! My fur stands on end for just a moment, and there's those glitter-like purple sparks. Is this man wearing metal by chance?
Yeah, he's wearing a full suit of armor.
All right, let's see.
Is that shocking grasp? Oh my god.
All right, so
I think his armor is about to get really hot.
I think 23 hits him.
Yeah, it does.
Total of 10 points of lightning damage as we both get shocked out of nowhere.
Oh my god. Yeah, he's knocked on his ass. So he literally falls against the wall, but you're because there's a wall right next to the bar. It might hurt you though, so roll one, since you're attached to him still, roll 1d4 for bludgeoning damage.
1d4. I rolled a 3.
Okay, so you get 3 points of bludgeoning damage as he slams his back against the wall and kind of slides down a little bit. Bartender lady, her name is Lithia, by the way. She goes in and she's gonna punch him right in the sternum. Oh, she rolled a 2, so it misses, and she hurts her wrist, and she backs away. But he's gonna get up and shake you off, Calamity, so he can try to run. So strength check me.
Okay, strength check.
He rolled really low, so.
I did too. So my strength check comes to a total of 12.
Oh, damn.
That's rolling good.
That's really good. Okay. Yeah, you
I said I rolled bad. I said I rolled low.
Oh, I heard good, and then you said 12.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you beat him. So it's up to you whether you hang on or not, but he's gonna run straight out of the bar.
I hang on, but like I'm just kind of like, because I just got zapped. I just got hit in the head by a wall, and but I won't let go. I'm just like, as we start to run, like,
like some kind of like nondescript kind of yell, but I come running after them.
Okay. So we are in hot pursuit. Lithia is just like doing this to her wrist, and all of her coworkers are coming to help her. But you're running after them. And he is fucking booking it behind one of the warehouses. He's gonna try to tear Calamity off again. Strength check me.
Okay, here we go. Little bunny doing what he can. Just trying. He's just trying. Okay, I have my number. I rolled a 17.
17?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, still beat me. So he can't pull you off. He's grabbing, but your fur is like so slippery. And he has gloved hands. So he's like, and he's cussing at you. And he doesn't notice Terrence pursuing him.
As he's cussing at me and trying to like pull me off, and I'm still kind of dizzy. I don't really entirely know where I am right now. What are we doing? But it all comes back to me, and I just go. I just like hit kind of like his back. My fists are so small; they can't do damage. But I go, and I am going. Something's going to happen. 22 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, so for this one, at first, like, sparks start to erupt, but they start to turn red, and he ignites in flame. That's gonna be
Fire Rabbit. Jeez.
these.
What this guy gets for being a dick, I guess.
12 points of fire damage as he spontaneously combusts out of nowhere.
Jesus. Yeah, no, he's gonna drop on his ass. He's unconscious.
And as we both roll over in this fiery, fleshy, ashy pile, I like roll over. And I stop and I look at him. And I'm just, I see his like writhing, charcoal burnt body. And I start backing away because I am terrified at whatever the fuck just happened.
I'm gonna come running over and like it's like a Doppler effect of going like, hell yeah! Oh my god! Oh my god! Hold on. And I take my leather cloak off and I try to put it on Calamity to try to like get the singes off. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? That was cool. And I try to kick the head in of the charred body.
Yeah, and yeah, his head just jerks to one side. You'll notice that all of his hair by now is just totally burnt off. And he is out like a light.
Yes, you need to play music more often, dude. That was so cool.
What happened to him? I don't know what happened.
It's the first time you see a burnt body, it's a bit much, but you get used to it. The smell is, I haven't eaten pork in years. But anyway, let's try to get you back. Actually, let's see if there's something on this guy. I'm gonna wait till the flames stop and there's like little singes of
Simmering a
ember. I'm
little
gonna try to search the body for stuff.
Roll investigation.
Let's see what we got.
As Terrence is searching the body, Calamity is just shaking, terrified at all the above with this heavy, big jacket that he put on him.
I rolled an 8.
An 8? Okay. I mean, you find some stuff. You do notice that his armor is... You've seen it before. You've definitely seen it more so in the black market. But really in all the shops and things like that where you've been, like in the middle of town, you don't really see these people. But yeah, it's all black. It has what appears to be a type of triangular sigil kind of carved into his chest plate. He's wearing a pretty unique cloak that's black on the outside but red on the inside. And that cloak is worth a little something something. He does have a bag of gold, but all it has in it is like 10 silver.
I look in it, and when I see the bag of gold, I just kind of do like a and then just stuff that into my coat pocket. And I'm gonna try to take the valuable leather, the sigil that he has. Like, is it a piece? Is it like a sigil, or is it like something that's like embedded into the armor?
It's embedded into the chest plate, but the chest plate, even though it's been set on fire, seems to be untouched.
Would I recognize the sigil? Can I like do like a check for that?
You can do... Up to you. You'll have different results if you do a history check or... What was the other one? Arcana check.
Let's see. That'll be the same other way. Let's do a history check.
History, okay.
11.
11. Not bad. Over 10 was what I was looking for, but yeah, I mean, it's definitely part of one of the many occults. This one you haven't seen before. Based on how it's constructed, the type of armor, the type of metal, it looks to be, whatever cult it is, a lot more wealthy. Normally a lot of occults are rags and leather armors, things like that, and just, I don't know, kind of smaller groups. Whereas this seems to be a lot more organized. They have a lot of wealth to back it up. But based on all the clues you've been getting about, you know, opening portals or opening different doors here and there, you're starting to get a feeling like maybe these people have something to do with it, since it was so heavily in the black market, and you've seen, this is like the third or fourth person you've seen wearing this armor.
I'm gonna kind of nod my head when I like see that sigil and recognize it, and walk slowly over to Calamity and kind of like crouch down. I'm assuming he's still very much in a dazed state. And say, all right, now that I have a chance to breathe, I realize I may or may not have escalated that unnecessarily. And I may or may not have made our position here in this place less tenable, or not. Let's get back to the tavern. I'm gonna try to pick him up as much as I can and just kind of try to lead him back to where we were going.
As you do, I'm just gonna say, what about him? Did we just leave him?
Let's just go back.
I don't know what happened. I don't know why he did that.
I mean, dude, you're the one who should tell me. What the hell was all that with the electricity and the fire? And I mean, it was cool. I mean, I'm into it. But what the fuck?
I didn't do that. It was him. He did that.
I'm down either way.
And yeah, I just kind of slightly ramble to myself, kind of stuttering as we walk back into the tavern.
Okay.
I'm still in shock.
I'm gonna try to like throw him on my shoulders. Like, here you go, buddy.
Cute.
I calm down a little bit.
And we're gonna pan over to Fancy and Lander. So by now the dinner's over. You all talk about a little bit of, just to speed things up, you talk a little bit about how things are as a jeweler. He says all the basic stuff, and he does ask about you. How much information about yourself do you give him?
I tell him that we're going to the city. I'm going there to see my sister. And I don't share much about my companions as I don't know how much they would like me to share. But I'm not going to share anything.
Okay. So.
And I'll just say I'm a butcher.
Cool. Well, dinner's over. He does toss some gold coins on the table, a little bit extra for the waitress. And
hey, big tip is very sexy.
Oh, yeah.
That's for all you in the chat.
You do notice some subtleties about him. It looks like he does have a lot of fine, like white gold and silver jewelry from his own place. It looks like a couple of more expensive rings and things like that. And it looks like everything was handmade by him. Surprise, surprise. He is a jeweler. But he says goodbye, he takes your hand and kisses the back of it, and then sends you on your way and heads towards his shop.
Alright. Can I like roll to see if I believe I don't want to know that Lander's there, but could I roll to potentially like think he might be there or something? Like I know he could be invisible. What I'm asking is I don't want to just be like I look around for Lander because I know he's there. But could I see like
what's your passive perception?
Bad. 11.
You don't really like. There's one point where you're kind of like, ooh, I feel like something's watching me, but it's like that's the entire world you live in. Everything's watching you, so you don't know if it's Lander or just another one of those feelings you get like every day.
Yeah. Okay. Sweet. So I'll just head back to straight back to the room. Not even just back to the brothel.
Okay.
Just the room.
And you'll meet Toddle there shortly. But Lander, what are you doing?
So I'm gonna follow the jeweler for a sec.
Okay. So you do, and you're trailing him, and okay, and yeah, he's walking into his shop. He closes the door lazily, like he tosses the door open, so you have a moment to kind of sneak in behind.
No, I just want to make sure he just went straight back to his shop afterwards.
Oh, okay.
So I guess I'm going to then just go back to the inn.
Okay. And Fancy, as you walk in, you see Toddle. And Toddle, what are you doing?
So I've been just chipping away.
It's been like an hour and a half.
Yeah. Fancy walks in. I just like immediately hand them their cleaver with the oil on it and just like, here, just take this, I got more to do. And I'm like going back and just starting to work on more things.
And Fancy, as you accept this, you'll notice that the weight is a little bit different. It feels a little bit lighter, and the steel itself looks a little brighter too.
Yeah. So the
shining them.
Yeah, the oil itself has sparkles on it, so it's a little more sparkly now.
It's like a body glitter.
Yeah, exactly. For swords.
For swords.
And then I'm just go back to work on more things that I can make. So.
Okay, sweet.
Do you need anything else? Is that good?
That's wonderful. No, thank you. Thank you.
Okay. I could use some food. I'm very hungry.
Oh, I can absolutely do that for you.
Thank you.
Any dietary restrictions, dislikes?
I love everything. Thank you. And then
Amazing.
I just go back to work. Food is good. Doesn't like Toddle wouldn't like nothing is passed upon for food. Just everything is great.
I'm gonna go downstairs and get like one of everything. Like even if that's 3 meals.
One of everything? Okay, so you get everything. You get a rack of ribs. You get every part of the chicken separated though, and then one whole chicken in a pot, like a pot roasted chicken.
Sweet.
A lot of meat. You've noticed it's very meat heavy.
Yeah.
At one point, you do see some onions, but it's mostly different types of meat and bread.
Did they give me the whole pot that the chicken was in? Like, is it like a broth?
Yeah, it's like the whole roast and then onions around it.
Because
And
I
it
have
smells good.
so many of my own like vegetables that I've collected or fungi or whatever. Could I in this room make my own little like hot pot with the pot?
Totally, totally.
Okay.
Just need someone to cast a fire. There is a fireplace in your room.
Okay. I'm just gonna put it on the fireplace then.
Okay.
Make a little hot pot and make sure that our artificer is well fed for their work.
And
Yay.
second thought, there was a couple of vegetables. Like there are strawberries and cream and like really phallic looking vegetables for whatever reason on a plate as well that are handed to you.
Sweet.
because we know where we are. Okay. Anyway.
Of course.
Where we live in, you know.
But Lander, as you approach the tavern / brothel, you do notice Terrence walking in with little Calamity on his shoulders, and it looks like Calamity's wearing some of his leather gear, and seems to be like trembling.
Oh, all right. Have we?
Did I see a corpse
A
at
night.
all?
No.
So that's
I'm
already
trying to
gone.
like set him down. Are we go back in the room, or are we back in like the bar?
Up to you.
I'm gonna assume they have whatever the fuck they have taken care of. I haven't taken the ring off yet, and I'm gonna go upstairs and double book it towards Fancy's room.
Okay.
Fancy's in her skimpies, eating chocolate-covered strawberries.
So the door opens and then closes, and you don't see anyone.
No, Toddle is working away on the other half of the room.
Right,
yeah, you
but
come
again,
in.
the door opens and closes, but you don't see anyone walk in.
Amazing.
And then you hear Lander's voice like, so that was very informative.
And this will startle you a little bit.
Didn't know you could do that.
Do what? Oh, and then I take the ring off.
That.
Yeah, I picked up a new trinket.
So, and I look behind.
I think at this point, I enter with Calamity on my shoulders. It's like, oh shit. Okay. All right. I got a lot to tell you guys, but hold on. Okay. How's your date? But hold on. Before that, things may have gotten worse.
What did you do?
Well, I did start it. Calamity kind of started it. Well, it was. Calamity didn't really do anything.
I was trying to
I
help
tried to
him.
stab a guy. And then he lit him on fire.
I cast Zone of
No,
Truth.
I didn't.
Zone of truth.
So everybody make a, I think it's wisdom.
You think it's wisdom?
I'm like pretty sure.
Everyone's been zone of truthed. If you want to know any secrets, now's the time.
Well, when you're
ends, creatures that enter the area for the first time on their turn must make a charisma saving throw. On a failed save, they can't speak in a deliberate lie while in the radius. And I know whether you pass or fail.
okay. My save. Oh shit! Hold on.
Is it a charisma save?
I have my number. Charisma saving throw. I have my number.
Let's
Okay.
see.
Raise your hand if it beats a 13.
Oh. Mine say 2 minus 1.
Nice.
The people who I want to tell to do, the people who I trust, I'll fail. All right. So,
DM, do I feel anything when he does this? Do I feel any
everybody
kind of
knows.
surge, or-
You know,
Up to you,
and
Lander.
I know. Yeah, that's how Zone of Truth. The way it's written means we both know what happened.
Okay. After I feel that chill, I'm like, what was that? Did you guys feel something?
I just kind of tilt my head and go,
All
God?
right, this is gonna be more
God?
complicated than I
Hold
thought.
It got really cold for a second.
I'm gonna dispel the spell.
Got excited there.
So that
Everyone
Fancy
feels
and
normal again.
yeah, and so that my friends can lie again.
And she says, I'm kind of drunk and a little horny, honestly. After the spell ends.
Oh my god. Okay, a luck and inspo to Terrence, by the way, and a luck and luck for Fancy and an inspo for Calamity.
Yay.
Hashtag Quispy.
Thank you.
Xander, I guess, will be like, all right, just one at a time. What the fuck happened?
Okay, I guess I'll...
Real quick before you guys start talking, someone hand me a weapon right now.
I just, like, don't even think about it, just hand you my dagger. Like, here
Okay,
you go.
thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so, Calamity tried to talk to someone,
Uh-huh.
and in doing that, someone didn't seem like he did anything. Someone just attacked him, and that person didn't seem to let go of it. And so I tried to intervene like anyone would, and I tried to stab him in his fucking back. And he didn't like that, and things escalated, and I came running after him, and then fire. He just lit on fire. And the more important information that I think I should let you guys know is that the person in question had insignia on it of some local groups that I think have not wanted us here, and I think are giving us a hard time. And
What kind of local groups?
has some occult connections, has some seems to be some of the folks that are involved in what's about in some of the shall we say rumblings that have been going on in this town. It seems like killing one of their people, or at least being around them when one of their people lit on fire, doesn't really help us. I don't think anyone saw us, but I didn't check. I just kind of got us the hell out of there. Also, I'm a little drunk, so, I mean...
Oh, yeah.
As Fancy's
I go,
still
hey! Right over at Nancy.
In character, Toddle giggles.
Fancy's still in her underwear, like eating strawberries.
It's actually just boxer briefs, like that's fully.
Yo!
All right, so Lander's like, all right, everyone bring your stuff into this room. If it's not already in here.
I don't have any stuff.
I know you don't have stuff, Rabbit.
Toddle chimes in. I'm working on that.
Yeah, also, that guy that I went on a date with, he pretty much said we should watch our backs. Or get out of town.
What
Or
else
both.
is new?
Yeah.
We should leave then. We should leave because they might attack us if they don't
No, because I have something to pick up from him, and the two of us, or the three of us, will probably be killed if we don't return that witch her source.
We still have to do that.
Yeah. Like I said, everybody bring your stuff into this room. No one leaves the room until the morning.
Which is good for me. Everyone, give me your stuff.
I give Toddle or this little gnome man. I give them my silvered dagger, the only thing that I have.
Thank you.
I say to Lander, like, everything? Like kind of like in a question, like kind of means like a big capital italicized everything?
I like.
You need to leave something behind. It's your fault. And then Lander goes and grabs his bag, brings it back into the room, and then, like, it's like packed and ready to go when he arrives back.
I'm in the middle disrobing, and I'm like, oh, you meant pack. Okay, all right.
Everybody roll an investigation. Perception, I'm sorry. Perception. Roll perception.
That's way better.
Perception. Yeah.
9.
Okay, first off, my passive is 15.
Okay.
And then my roll
Ooh.
is 19.
Okay.
10.
10.
I'm sorry. What was it?
Perception.
Perception.
Perception check.
13.
Mine comes to a total of 20.
Ooh.
Ooh, dirty 20.
Mm-hmm.
So Calamity, you're gonna notice it first. you're gonna notice the ground start to shake. And
I need to fuck. I
your
just wasted
your
my life.
your senses are gonna tingle a little bit. You're gonna notice that Lander is talking to everyone and is while walking over to grab his supplies, but you see his voice kind of fade out, and you zone in, like spider sense almost. And if you peer out the window, then anyone who rolled over a 10 are gonna start to notice at this point, as if like a minor earthquake trembling, and then all of a sudden the ground is just gonna split in the center of this town. Everyone is gonna be jerked pretty much off of their feet a good 5 to 10 feet away from the center of this room. And
Too fun.
we're gonna pause for our break.
Yay!
Whoosh.
So we'll be back in 10 minutes. By then, we are going to announce a winner for the first giveaway. So exclamation critical in the chat to enter a giveaway.
Exclamation critical! Exclamation critical!
Lit.
Exclamation critical! What is it?
This-
Exclamation critical!
This
Come
team
on!
can't get a minute to themselves. So sorry. But yeah, chaos is ensuing. We'll be back.
I keep wasting my spells. It's so great. I love not having
Spell
spells during
slots.
Give me
combat.
pain. Give me pain. Give me pain.
Oh snap.
I don't even technically need to take off the ring.
Are you gonna start the battle music before we come back, or when we're back?
We are back.
Oh,
Hey.
hi.
Hello.
They hear me fucking talking about bullshit.
A little bit.
Probably.
Because it's funny. We're almost streaming on Saturdays. Chelsea Bell, you still here? Hi, Colin. What up, my dude? All right. So, like I said, I have food in my teeth. Hold on a second.
Fucking pounding that shit.
Well,
Sorry, I
well,
have
while you're whoa, what is
lasers.
going on with my camera?
You and Omar are like fading in and out right now.
Hey, you guys gotta turn off fucking autofocus. Come on.
Let's
Is
see.
this amateur hour?
Yes.
All right. All right, fam bam. So, the ground has shaken.
Are you gonna do a
Wait,
giveaway?
guys, hold up. I have
Oh.
one job on this stream.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Butters.
All right. We got 10,
9,
9,
8,
8,
7,
7,
6,
5,
5,
4,
4,
3,
3,
2,
2.
1.
The winner is
Hey, Colin!
Hey.
Colin. Put your address in the thread, and you
Hey,
can
well,
win
well,
stuff.
not in chat, not in the. Oh, you mean like the giveaway chat?
He knows.
Give
Harold
everyone
wants
the
to
address.
fight.
Don't dox yourself right now.
The chat's getting feisty. I think Tig needs a one-on-one with Nancy right now.
Oh my god.
Tearing my butt up about these goldfish for sure.
Bring it, Tig. Bring it.
Oh my
But I
god.
bet you could get all the goldfish and toss and like some people who won't.
Just like 3, and everyone saw. I
We're
wasn't
gonna-
tossing them. I was placing them gently, but I was excited about what we were. Anyway, it's
At
fine.
the end, we're gonna have a Chubby Bunny competition with goldfish.
Oh my god, I would lose that so fast.
This makes me want to have snacks.
If
All
we
right, Ian, we're ready
get
for you.
10 subs in a game, we'll do a bunny contest. The whatever bunny.
Chubby Bunny.
Chubby
the
bunny.
calamity bunny contest.
Chubby Bunny.
The chubby bunny. Okay, so the ground has shaken. Everyone was jerked literally 5 feet to the left. So when you were in the center of the room, now you're almost against the wall. And the ground is still trembling. You do hear, I think there's a delayed response from everyone in the tavern. I also had a lot of soda. But now you start to hear some people panic. A couple of screams are happening. There's a lot of people running in the hallway outside the door.
Okay.
What's happening? What's going on? What's happening? What's going on?
I'm gonna grab Calamity right away. I'm like, come on here, buddy. You're not gonna. You're gonna.
I'm gonna immediately, because I assumed that there was enough time for me to make some things. The dagger that Terrence gave to me, I kind of do like I'm in a bar and I throw the knife at the wall, but I throw it like really close to where he's at so that it goes right to him because I assume that the floor's all crackety and all messed up and
Roll a performance check.
Oh yay. Oh no.
See how accurate you are.
Oh boy.
Also, I want to see if I
Oh,
can try to
no.
catch it.
You want to try to catch it? You can roll
Yes.
athletics.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Where's athletics? Where are you?
19.
19?
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
And
Let's
I
see.
got a 8.
An 8. Okay, so you a little bit delayed, but luckily Toddle has thrown it really accurately right next to your hand. So as you're reaching to grab it, it lands next to you, and you just pull it out of the wall.
Well, that has oil of etherealness on it, so now you can essentially gain these same effects as if you cast ethereal, or yeah, it's the spell ethereal. So being able to go through planes.
I'm imagining you're explaining this entirely as like the thing shaking around and like I have.
God, no. Okay.
No, it's all shaking,
it's
and
gotta
then
be
you do like
realist.
you go like Kitty Pryde, like through the ground, like.
Like her just like stuck there, like oh fuck.
And then I also, so DM, you have to rule me on this. I have some Wendigo bones from when we fought the Wendigo. And I wanted to create a little weapon for Calamity that Calamity could use out of some of those bones called a bone counter.
Huh. What's it called?
It's called the bone counter. It is a mace. It acts as a mace. But I wanted to use those bones to create that little melee weapon. It looks like it does bludgeoning damage. It's a D6.
Nice. Yeah, totally.
+2 mace.
Ooh.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, so I'm also going to throw that to.
Sorry,
Oh,
it's more
God.
like this.
Oh God.
Yeah, and you notice, Calamity, when you grab the bones of this Wendigo, you feel a little bit of fear kind of like surge through your body and into your chest. Almost like when you touch it, you get a little brief flicker of anxiety, but then you settle with it, you get comfortable with it, and then it attunes to you well enough.
Oh.
I'm just gonna say, like, Terrence is not in a good place because he's drunk. He had the ethereal effect, and now he had this course through his body too. It's just like,
Yep. Yeah, Terrence is hanging on to dear life. Speaking of, the door that enters your room is gonna crack open and slam against the wall as it swings open. And a crack is gonna form and split the room in two. It's gonna travel slowly across the room until it eventually hits the window frame, and the window is gonna shatter.
In character, Toddle's giggling at.
Toddle, you're just enjoying the chaos, like throwing people's weapons, and you're like, LOL.
I'm just like laughing
Made a
at all
thing.
this happening. Like this can't possibly be happening. This is great.
So,
Oh my gosh.
as we see that energy go across the floor and shatter the window, do we see, like, does it take form? Do we see where it come from, or what?
It's a crack in the floor. So the more the more you stay there and stare at it, the wider it's gonna start to get. It's gonna split this tavern in half, and you're gonna start seeing the top of people's heads like scattering across the floor to like evade this space. And if is anyone gonna peer over and look deeper?
I have to start getting dressed.
Nope.
I think since I'm on Terrence's back and head, I am just at the peak where I can kind of look down like. Ah!
kind of kick me on the shoulder in the direction you want to go. Just,
Just
It's
Ratatouille.
Ratatouille.
Ratatouille, Terrence's drunk ass.
I'll do it.
I'm such a dazed state, but yeah, whatever.
But yeah, I am gonna like kind of peek over since I have like
Yeah,
that high
Terrence is still
altitude.
looking at his dagger. You do notice it goes deep into the earth. You'll see kind of like a pale orange hue glow from the earth. And it's gonna feel really hot.
This is bad. This is bad. This is so bad. This is so bad. What's happening? I don't know what's happening. I'm gonna like kick Terrence. Run! Run! And I'm just like kicking him in his chest.
It takes me like about 5 seconds to react. Like it's not really like it's not a delayed reaction. It's like what? Oh fuck! And then just kind of like try to lean back towards everyone else.
Does anyone have anything they can throw down here and see what happens?
Well, I mean, all we see is a crack in the earth. We don't. I don't have no clue, like, what to throw at what.
I'm useless, so I mean, I gotta wrap it on a whole.
I have like no fucking hit points, and I'm just gonna go invisible because that's like my move now.
Okay.
Frodo it.
Since I know, no is a heavy word. I'm semi-familiar with Fancy. Fancy being the big tall one, which means she has to be really smart. I'm gonna yell out, Fancy, what's going on? What's happening? Oh, I don't even know your name. Wait, no. I just look at
Never
you.
even really met me, technically.
I just look at you and say, what's happening? What's going on?
That's a really great question. And I don't think that this is the revolt that dude was talking about. But I'm gonna get ready for shit to go down, I guess. I mean, something's gotta come out of this hole in the ground.
Can I roll like an insights to check out like what else is in the room that I could like toss down this hole
Sure.
or this crack that kind of becomes a hole?
Yeah. Roll investigation. I'll sum it up.
There's definitely plates of food everywhere.
Yeah, like the big
9?
pot roast has fallen through the crack.
Oh no! My hot pot.
A 9. Yeah, I mean, there's a ton of food, a couple of vials and things like that. Do you choose a slightly magical item? Like you can either use one of the potions on the floor, like a regular potion, or you can toss in any on it, like a rock that just fell from the ceiling. Up to
I was gonna say like a piece of like a rock or like a heavy item that I could just like toss down and see what happens.
Okay. Well, this from the cracked ceiling of this place, there's a ton of rubble that just narrowly missed your legs. You scramble and you push a large boulder off the edge and you look over. You do see it not land anywhere. It just seems to fall eternally into this.
Okay, so we just open a void. Nobody jump in it because you will get decimated because who knows where this is going to. But that rock made no sound as it hit any sort of bottom. So nobody fall in this, please. And I'm just like looking around.
Lander's gonna check downstairs.
Okay. In order to get downstairs, you do have to maneuver over this crack. So go ahead and roll acrobatics, please.
You got it. Natural 1 time, guys.
Oof.
Did you get a natural 1?
No.
Okay. Thank God.
You got too excited, Anne.
I was like, I have options.
I'm like, I'm not letting that happen.
I mean, never mind.
I mean, you know, I didn't roll that high.
Oh no.
What'd you get?
Oh, no.
Wait.
Oh Lord.
But it's not a 1, but you know, how does a 3 total sound?
3? Oh, Lord.
Oh no.
My
I have
dude.
an inspo if you want it.
I will very much take it.
You want to take
like-
it?
Where can I find an inspo here?
Well, an inspiration is just a D6. Like 6 plus 3. What's that? Is that gonna help at all?
I have a luck.
To reroll? That's what. It's up to you. I'm gonna stop talking.
It's Anne, guys.
I have one of each.
I'm gonna.
Okay, I'm
remember-
DMing it. You
remember-
already used the inspo. Roll the inspo. What did you get?
Oh, God damn it.
We're not in the ocean. Let me change this.
So it's now a 4.
A 4.
Oh my god.
Oh, look at that.
Y'all, Lander is gonna try to leap over one of the crevices that is ever growing.
No one can see
It's a
me
good. It jerks
Yeah, no one
about.
can
Oh,
see
you're
six-
invisible. We can't even.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Fuck, I forgot about that.
So
So it's
we're just,
about,
like,
it
loose in
jerks
this.
6 feet wide, and Lander, as you leap over, you get hit in the head by one of the rubble that falls from the ceiling, and it stuns you, and you miss the jump, and you are hanging off the edge, one of the edges.
And no one knows.
As an action, I will go visible again.
Okay.
Uh,
Not good. I'm really close to Fancy, right? We were in the
You're
same
all
area?
together, yeah. You're all like, you were just like a tossed salad together in one direction. So
Okay,
Okay.
can I like go and like, of course, Tuttle is like very small compared to Fancy, and just like poke at Fancy's knees and like be like, can we help? Can you help me get him? As he's like hanging.
I
on
grab
there.
him by his scruff.
roll a strength check and an acrobatics check.
Oh gosh.
Yes, we did say toss salad. 100%.
I know.
Best way to describe
I
it.
can't. I've got buttholes on the mind, you guys. It's
fair enough. Happens
I can't.
constantly.
secret buttholes.
Strength.
Instagram.
22,
Very
but
nice.
Club. I really like
Dex
club.
10.
10.
I will use my. I don't want to fall down this hole. I'll use my luck. Is that a reroll?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna use my luck for the dex.
Okay.
18. Thank God. It was like
Yay,
right on the
okay.
5,
Yeah.
and it like very slowly was like.
Yeah. With Toddle grabbing one of your legs to keep you stable, you do lean in pretty expertly, kind of holding one of the door hinges to keep you balanced. You grab Lander by the back of his coat and yank him to safety.
I kind of hold him above the ground for a couple of seconds before slowly placing him on his.
Is there a window where we are? Or are we on the second story, right?
Yeah, the window has shattered, so it's open.
Oh, now it's my fucking camera's turn to be stupid and the fact that I.
Oh, this is newbie hour.
How the tables have turned.
The turntables.
Oh wow, the turntable.
Warren, I had it set to fucking main. Oh god damn, I gotta go fuck with all my settings again.
Anyway.
Oh, camera.
So Calamity does not know what to do at this time, but he has all of his faith in Terrence. Terrence, what do we do? What do we do?
We need to follow that weird-looking small person and get the fuck out of here. And so, we're, like, everyone, and I'm gonna jump out the window with Calamity on my
Nice.
shoulder.
Roll. Just roll a flat dexterity. Let's see if you land on your feet.
Let's see.
Ooh.
Flat means no bonuses at all.
Yeah, nothing. Just roll it.
See, we got.
Let's get fucked.
Nope, that dice is out of here. Let's try another one. There we go. Oh, natural 20.
Oh! Does a front flip, holding on to Calamity with one hand. Hero pose lands on the ground. And with that, I'll give you full surveillance of the scene, and you actually see this a little bit ahead of time. You do see creatures that seem to be climbing up this crevice.
Oh, God. That's what I say.
Calamity, what are you doing?
Screaming. What are these? What are these figures? These crawling figures look like exactly?
They're not quite close enough where you can tell. It looks like dark figures in many different shapes. You do see a lot of spikes.
Ooh.
You assume weapons or horns or tails, but threatening looking. And they're very aggressively like a lizard, like climbing up this crevice.
I'm gonna get real low into myself and get really close to Terrence's ears. I don't mean to say it to him. It's just his ears right there, and I'm small. And I start to tremble, and I say, "Predator."
Like, I don't like that, so let's get out of here. I'm gonna try to do I'm gonna try to hide and do a stealth check.
Do it.
Let's go.
You're rogue, you can hide hella well. And then no one's around you, right? Well, you see people running away, like in all directions, but no one's noticing you, so I'll say you hide successfully.
Let's go.
So Fancy and Lander and Toddle, as Lander is still being suspended in air by Fancy, you do notice Terrence do a front flip out the window. How do you respond?
Well, it's also like a little like almost like a vomit, like.
Oh no.
So much going on between
A lot
us
is
two.
happening.
Well.
I guess we follow them.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I have to get dressed. I'm gonna put Lander down, start putting my clothes on.
I'm like, what else was I working on? Jeez, I had all my stuff scattered, and I'm taking it, starting to put it away.
I'm gonna go out the window, bow and arrows drawn, and torso half out, looking out.
Lander and Fancy, go ahead and make a Constitution save.
Oh!
God.
Oh no!
Oh gosh.
Get fucked, Dan. Get fucked. 18. Let's go. You're not
24.
taking me down.
24.
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay.
I have a +6.
+2.
Well, Lander fails.
What? With an 18?
Yeah. So.
Whoa. Okay.
So Lander, you feel a pressure, gravity just amped up, and you're having trouble even staying on your feet. Your arms and your legs just buckle to the ground, and right now you have to use whatever strength is in your back and in your legs to hold up the rest of your body. So your head is also slowly being jerked towards the ground. Fancy, you feel nothing, but you do notice, you and Toddle do notice that Lander is in this state.
Can I speak?
Yeah.
Rope.
Rope. Yeah, I'll get out some rope, tie it around myself, and hand it to them.
So, all of the three of you, Calamity and Terrence, you actually don't notice this, unless someone like screams or something. But Lander, Fancy, and Toddle have exactly 10 seconds to respond to an incoming attack. You all feel it's coming. Everyone feels the pressure kind of build from inside their chest and outward. You feel like something is coming up from this crevice towards you really quickly. You are feeling the heat on your face start to get hotter. And you have 10 seconds to respond.
Need to
My
move.
10-second
All of
response
us.
is I'm just gonna let myself drop
Okay.
instead of holding on my back.
I am gonna take the stealth elixir that I have in my inventory and drink it.
Okay.
I'm gonna. Quick question. If I have an ethereal weapon, does that also affect Calamity? These like on top of my shoulders and shit.
Yeah. I'll say that. Yeah, he's attached to you.
I'm gonna read-
But you don't know this is happening.
Oh, that's right. Never mind. All right.
Never mind.
Fancy, you've got 4 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, I'm wrapping a rope around Lander and moving, leaving. Goodbye.
Okay.
And
So
grabbing whatever else Toddle needs and throwing it
Yeah,
in
I was
my
gonna
bag.
say, yeah. After drinking, I am
All right.
on the heels of Fancy.
So Lander is stuck to the ground. Fancy, roll a strength check real quick.
Now would be time to use that, but yeah.
Okay, you probably should have raged at some point.
Rest. No, we're good. We're good. 22.
Very nice.
22. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you start to pull Lander. You do pull him off the ground, but he feels heavy. All the weight that Lander is feeling, you feel trying to pull him away from it, and it seems to follow his body as well. You pull him, but he's dragging painfully across the floor.
Oh my gosh.
And it's even starting to tear at parts of his skin, whatever's showing. So, Lander, I would say maybe you try to protect your face by putting your face on your arm. Toddle, you're fucking gunning it, chugging a vial. And let's see. Hold on.
I guess once I feel the resistance, I will rage.
Okay. Nope, it's gonna catch you before you do. You're gonna see a fist come straight out of the floor where Lander is. And it's gonna be the shape of like a really strong, looks like a demon with giant claws.
No.
And it's gonna close its fist around Lander, almost
Jesus.
crushing you, Lander. So you're gonna take... And he's just grabbing you, by the way. Well, let me do math real quick.
Oh, I have a question after you do math.
19 points of force
Oh,
damage.
shit. Okay.
And
So
Lander,
I am currently at 13 hit points, guys.
Okay,
Lander,
I need to heal you.
You're gonna be pulled into this essentially crevice, and because Fancy, you're holding onto the rope, you're gonna be pulled down with him. So Toddle, you're
No.
gonna
I'm holding
see-
on to him and also tied to him.
Yeah. So Toddle, you're gonna see Lander just being snatched away, and you're gonna see Fancy kind of
Keep going.
slam against the ground and being dragged into the crevice, and they're gone.
Oh
Oh,
my god. Oh, they just.
They're gone.
I
Okay.
never thought I'd be pulled back into the closet.
did
I...
me?
Go
We
ahead.
didn't see any of this.
We didn't see.
No.
Okay.
I was gonna say I'm gonna go over to the
This
window.
is some fucked up shit.
And right now I do have the effects of the stealth elixir. I'm gonna go over to the window and yell out to the two other folks that were in the room. I've been introduced to Calamity and Terrence. Okay.
Yes.
Hey guys, help! Like in a little bit of a panic.
Desperate panicking Toddle, no.
Yeah, a little bit of a panic. Like you notice like a giggle every now and then, but it's like more of like a nervous, like like can't control. And I am gonna be just searching through anything in my bag. Like I want to be like searching through my bag, trying to find anything I can to like go through this space, and then I don't really have anything, but I want to turn and look into the crevice slightly and see if I can yell into it and maybe cast something. But go ahead.
As you yell into it, somewhat desperately, after your friends, you do notice that they're not there. They seem to be pretty deep into this thing, but you also notice creatures not even 60 feet far from you are climbing up this crevice towards you. You do get a detailed look of what they are, and they're all different forms. They all look to be wearing the same type of armor, though, and it's all armor made out of what looks like creature or dragon bones. So you don't really see any of these creatures' faces, really. They all seem to be wearing skulls of various creatures that you've never seen before. But they're all climbing up at you with various weapons and spears tied to their backs. And they're climbing quickly, but are otherwise pretty silent. Terrence and Calamity, you do hear Toddle's desperate plea. What do you do?
I'm gonna yell, because Toddle's invisible, right? Because of the potion?
Toddle, you just have super high stealth.
Oh, just super high stealth.
Yeah. So if
I'm
Toddle were to hide, no one would fucking see him.
I'm gonna yell at Toddle, like, get the fuck over here!
No, I can't leave them. That's not gonna happen. Wait.
Are they there or not? Like, what the fuck's going on over there? Are they there or not? Are they dead or not? Because if they're dead,
they're not dead. They're just not here. And I see creatures coming up towards us, various creatures.
What kind of fucking, like, oh, Jesus, shit. Insert whatever god for Jesus. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna try to run over back to them. Like, I just did this whole fucking sick flip. God damn it.
It was really cool though. I saw it.
Thank you. Thank someone. Thank you.
I saw it too. And then and there's a creature standing behind you.
No!
He raises a spear above his head and he's gonna try to stab you with it.
Who?
The demon.
No. Who stabbed? Who was the demon trying to stab?
Terrence.
Sweet.
But does a 6 hit?
No.
Okay. Well,
Wow.
it misses completely. So Terrence, you leap up the wall out of the way, and the spear just lodges into the side of the building.
I hate how you did that. I saw it too.
I like at this point, like, I think Terrence's reaction is like obviously fear, but also at this point it's just like, okay, this is just another tree branch in the way. Like, okay, what the fuck? I'm gonna run right over to Toddle and like, hold on, and I'm gonna equip my ethereal enchanted dagger.
Okay.
And like, we need to get the fuck out of here. What do you say to that, Toddle?
Let's see.
Well, I can't leave them, so I kind of want to go after them. We cannot leave them. We have to go back and get them. Like, that is, I don't even know who you two are. I'm not leaving without them. I'm like getting a foot ready to just about fall into this.
So
I look at them about to do that, and I say, I don't want to go to hell.
And Terrence, you do start to notice that there are things climbing out of this crevice, and the one that just tried to attack you, and like 6 more are starting to climb up into this building after you. So you have the option to force Toddle to come with you into the ethereal plane, or do something else. They're approaching from right in front of you from the crevice and to the side of you where the window is. So there's still the door
like,
exit.
They seem chill, but it's not going to do any good if we're dead. And I'm going to just try to get us the fuck out of there.
Okay. Toddle, are you going to resist?
I'm smaller, so all Terrence has to do is like grab his cloak, and I'm just like, hey, wait, what the fuck? What?
Flailing. All right.
They're like, no, I can't. And so story lore. I'm gonna be like, you can't separate me. Like, you can't separate, like, specifically from Lander. like you can't forcibly do this. This is not correct.
And as he's going through a fit, my fur stands on end. Those sparks, and something's gonna happen. To that demon that just tried to hit Terrence. Does a 22 hit?
Hit what? Which demon?
The demon that just tried to hit Terrence.
Oh, that's coming after you? Yeah, it does.
Okay, so as I'm freaking out and my fur starts to spark, where is it? Here it is. The demon is gonna feel this unnatural presence, this aura, like right beside them that they cannot see, and they're gonna take 10 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
Nice.
And they feel this presence looming over them. And that's all.
Okay. Hold on 1 second.
And I don't know if these demons can regen or whatever, but this one cannot now.
Nice.
Ooh.
Okay. And Terrence, are you going to go into the ethereal plane?
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay. And so, Toddle, Calamity, and Terrence, you do notice the environment around you shift. Where there was once chaos is now complete and utter silence. Wow. You're standing in what looks to be a white open room. You do see what looks to be small windows getting larger and approaching all of you as a group. And you can see out these windows. And you do see where you once stood out this window. You do notice that the demons, that they fall upon you or where you were pretty quickly. And they're looking around for you. They kind of give up after a minute. And they start to scourge the place and loot it. And you're watching this happen in this plane.
Do we see anyone trying to fight them, like the witch cat or anyone?
You can look for it.
I'm gonna look from Lander's shoulder, or not Lander, Terrence's shoulders.
I was about to be like, if you're with Lander, you're fucked.
No, I don't want to go to hell. I don't want to go to hell.
Yeah, and if you do, yeah, you can focus on other parts. And you do it. You kind of zoom into what looks to be the jeweler shop for some reason. But you don't see anybody there. But you do see the door is open.
And sounds like I should have taken my payment.
You look for the witch's lair, or the witch's crib, her little shack. And you do notice it's been destroyed. It's set on fire.
Oh
and you don't see the witch there.
Terrence, what's going on?
I'm gonna take a very deep breath and just kind of like just stand there for like 5 seconds and just kind of catch my breath.
Yeah. And you do, as you keep watching, you do notice that it's like a scar that just keeps peeling open in the middle of this town. By now, the crevice has stopped growing. Right now, it's about 20 feet wide. And it's just rock and fire and ash. The whole area around it was once a beautiful night is now a little bit gray with ash.
I'm gonna say to Terrence, should we go check on the potion guy to make sure he's okay?
After everything. And like also like I'm like holding Toddle, and you're on my shoulders right now, and I'm drunk and all this other shit. I'm like,
heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Well, Terrence, as you pause, you will notice that someone walks into the ethereal plane with you. And it's the jeweler.
Oh.
No.
He approaches you. His eyes turn a stark white. And he takes his true form in front of you.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And he's an
Wow.
Aasimar. And he's clad in silver and gold armor. And he's also bearing wings. And they're beautiful white feathered wings folded behind him. And he reaches out a hand to you, Terrence. Come with me, quickly.
Like at this point, like I think the splendor of it all like starts to make me tear because like the gold is like some kind of like sense of safety and like.
No, and I'm trying to be this like opposing force and in Terrence's grasp. Just like, wait a minute, no, this doesn't make any sense. And I'm trying to like, I want to do a quick roll to see if like I can understand this. I have history, or would this be like more arcana?
You can do an insight check on him. You can do a history check for a general what the fuck, like why.
What? Yeah, like the surrounding.
Yeah.
Or religion, or
or
whatever.
religion.
Both are the same for me.
Yeah.
11.
Can I also be like do a what the fuck check on this guy?
Yeah, you want to do the what the fuck, or you want to do an insight?
Insight.
Okay. On jeweler guy.
I got. What did I get? Oh,
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm gonna use the luck that I got. Thank you, chat. And I rolled the same thing. I'm gonna use my inspiration. I'm gonna use my inspiration. Oh no. Okay. All right. So the total is gonna come to. Oh no. Insight. Total of 9.
Wow.
With my luck and inspiration.
Wow.
I mean,
that's impressive.
I mean, he ain't lying.
You mean impressively bad, right?
He ain't lying. He's also a little panicked. You can see there's a little bit of tension in his voice. His eyes dart for just a millisecond, but you piece together that he notices that out of the friend group that came into his shop earlier, it's only the 3 of you left. And it's distressing.
And then for my 11?
11? Yeah, I mean, I was looking...
me trying to figure this out.
I was looking for a 10. You are in a panic right now, and you are really worried for Lander. Because you were somewhat responsible.
Well, and Fancy, too. At this point, the bond has developed, I think. So both of them.
Fancy did make you food, so that, like, one-ups everything.
Yeah, exactly.
But,
yeah,
you
ain't gonna ever cook for you.
I tell you, breaking bread is the best way to make friends.
It's
Okay?
true.
It is.
Literally.
Not through your heart, but through your stomach.
Yeah.
It's so true. At least for Tuttle it is.
But your what the fuck check is this. While you were also gone away from the team for a while, kind of on your own journey, and you already knew from that journey that, this is meta, by the way, no one else knows this except Tuttle, so far. But you know that there's other planes. You know that there's several levels of hell. You assume that this is what's happening. You do know that someone has opened a portal, but to make a portal this large took a team of people.
Yeah.
You do remember that Terrence did just mention that there's an occult here, and then so that kind of confirms all the clues you've been running into.
Yep.
And including you, who you went face to face with an occult leader while you were away from the team.
Yep.
So you assume that they've opened a portal for this large for whatever reason. You have no idea what the reason is. But it's interesting having an Aasimar in your presence. No one's ever seen one for a couple hundred years. No. Because Aasimars were assumed dead since the war.
Well, and they're beings of light, and this is a world of darkness, so...
Yeah. So he's been hiding in plain sight for all these years.
I'm just gonna...
I'm so broken that I'm just like, there's no resistance from me. I'm reaching out the hand to him, like...
And you, And you take his hand, and it's warm. And the white kind of usurps everyone's form. And you kind of fade, not into darkness, but into light. And you appear on the real plane again. So you leave the ethereal. But
my panic has gone down drastically knowing this knowledge and
you just
out.
needed to collect yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But you do appear in what looks to be an underground house. It looks pretty nice and pretty modern, actually, but very minimalist. Like, you see, it's like a studio, it's like a hole. But it's carved out, and you do see roots, and they kind of, you can see he's built shelves out of these roots. There's baskets of fresh vegetables that you assume he grew himself. There's also a couple of like live chickens just kind of walking around and greeting you at your feet. There is a really beautiful red carpet that dresses this whole place, and there's a very small countertop and kitchen, and you do see his bed kind of on the far side of the wall. And you don't see him right away, but you do appear in this room.
As I see the chickens, I just kind of go, and then I collapse.
I was gonna say you can put me down now, and you just see just a dangling tunnel, like just kind of like bleh. Like you can put me down.
I tumble off his head as he collapses.
I get it, and Tuttle stands up.
You have a warm rabbit stomach, just like on top of one side of your face, Terrence.
Like I think I'm still conscious at this point, but I'm in now.
Yeah. And then, Toddle, you'll take a seat.
No, I was gonna say, yeah, I collect myself after being dropped and just like dust myself off and start collecting myself and looking around, and automatically wants to like start investigating, seeing what the hell we're in.
Yeah, roll investigation.
I would like to look around too for where I am.
Investigation.
14.
For me, I rolled a total of.
It's multi-level marketing.
12.
Okay, yeah, I mean, that's fine. It's pretty humble, actually. You do notice, though, there seems to be a safe, kind of embedded in one of the walls. But everything else is pretty cash. One of the chickens is all black, and there's also a rooster, but he's kind of just sitting and observing things, kind of tired. But there's one little brown chicken that's following Toddle around.
Stop that. He's like pecking at him. Pecking at his clothes.
I'm gonna nervously kind of walk around, and I still see the Azamar, yeah?
He hasn't appeared yet.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna say out loud, and kind of awe, really. Where are we? What is this place?
As I go over to the safe, not being like just the intentions are there of like wanting to break into the safe. I have no clue. I don't know. All I know is that we need to get back. And as I'm kind of saying this, like I'm also just like trying to use my these tools to break the safe open.
Do it.
As they are, or as he is using his tools to break into the safe, I'm gonna go to the basket of, I think you said there's vegetables there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna grab a tomato, and I'm going to grab a crap. What's that vegetable called? It's green. You put cheese on it. Broccoli.
Yam. Broccoli.
Yam.
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 Ew.
Yam and cheese.
That sounds alright.
That's a conversation. That's going to be a conversation.
I just want to know what yams are fucking green.
I'm gonna take the broccoli, and I'm gonna walk over to Terrence, who is still collapsed. And as I bite into the tomato and look around, I'm just gonna absentmindedly put the broccoli into his face so he can eat it. I'm just smushing it into his cheek as I'm still looking around.
It just kind of like just smushes into me. Like I kind of like not like instantly like move away, but it's like a delayed reaction of just kind of like I'm gonna try to stand up, but I feel like I should try to do like a constitution check.
Okay, do it.
Like I'm not in a good place.
Yeah, let's see how you are mentally. I'm curious what your role is.
Let's see what we got here. This could really determine some things. Oh, I'm not doing good. 6.
A 6? Yeah, you're kind of blitzed out. I think this is the first time you've been under this amount of stress. And I think you've been kind of your own traveler for a really long time. I think because of this god, a lot of other elves have been a little judgy, and you haven't had the best time around. So these are the first group of people who have not even questioned you and have totally accepted you, except maybe Fancy a little bit. I was a little curious. But you feel bonded to these creatures, and it's the first time you're really experiencing that much grief.
I'm gonna try to like pat on like clamp like very weakly, just kind of like slide my hand onto his arm and just not really say anything, just kind of heavy sigh out and pat his arm.
And one last question, DM. One last question from me. From the time where there was that incident in the bar with me, Terrence Nutt, and the elf guy, to the point where we were in our room and the break in the world happened, would you say in between that time we got a short rest?
Yeah, I'd say you're about halfway through it now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. And that's all for me.
Okay. I am gonna quickly pan over to Lander and Fancy. Their screen is gonna remain blocked, but just a sneak peek. Lander and Fancy, you can't see anything. You can't hear anything. You can't really smell anything. It seems like you're almost in this weird fever dream because your body is under a lot of stress. You can feel your heart kind of palpitating really quickly, or heart palpitations. And your body seems to be frenzied, like it's undergoing a lot of physical stress from force damage. But you don't really know where you are. But you do hear a voice. And do either of you speak Infernal?
I think I do. Let me double check. Where?
No, I speak Primordial, if that's close enough. And you should speak Infernal, though.
Speak Abyssal, Common, Deep Speak, Gnomish, Infernal. Yep.
Nice. Okay, so you do understand what they're saying. You do hear a demon kind of, it looks like summoning some sort of spell. There's some that seems to be really old and kind of in and out of earshot, but you do pick up a couple of things. You pick up the word shatter, earthbound, and a broken seal. But that's all you hear. You don't know. Lander, you didn't notice if Fancy got pulled in with you or not. But anyway, we're gonna pan back over to the trio. As you guys are there, I'll say, are you muted?
I was gonna say, can I roll my dice to see if I pick this lock?
Yes.
And I do have, was it proficiency with these tools? So natural 20.
Oh
Hey!
Plus 3 plus.
Get it.
Let's see.
That's so funny.
Open that shit up.
Yeah, that shit is getting over. So 23 plus dexterity 1, so 24.
24. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you break in it like fucking easily. You swing the door open, and inside is just magical. Actually, man, you guys broke into it early. You do notice literally a stack of rubies just there.
Okay,
You do
well,
see a big, like, not just a single vial, but a big glass orb just full of holy water. You do see a couple of old daggers too. Both of them very old, very broken. But you do see them there, and they're decorated very elegantly. And it looks like the blade itself is this interesting steel blue color. But Terrence, you're particularly drawn to what looks to be a coin, like a seal coin. So nothing you spend with. You don't really know what it is, but you're really, really, really drawn to it. And there's a symbol. It's very similar to the infinity symbol, There's like a couple of additions to it, but something about you is really, really drawn to it. And it's made out of solid gold.
Wait, and that was also in the safe?
That was in the safe.
Okay.
I would say like the moment that Toddle opens the safe and like that comes into like my possible periphery, I kind of like sit up, like arch, like put my head over to it. I'm gonna try to walk over to it a little bit.
Oh, hang on a second there, partner. I need to. Can I? Frick, I don't have the spell that checks if it's like. You said magical, but I was gonna see if.
I mean, I'm gonna try to
There's,
grab
like-
it no matter what. My guy is like desperate gold. I'm
Fair.
like within the character. I'm gonna go for it.
Toddle, if you want to resist, you would just have to strength check.
Oh,
check
I would
against
lose immediately.
Terrence.
My
I mean,
strength.
I don't have the greatest strength
Who
either,
knows?
so
You gotta roll it. Go for it.
Okay, let's
do it.
Let's just do this.
Do we do a roll off?
God.
Our strong
off.
players are gone.
Yeah, roll off.
Yeah.
All the muscles have
All
they
the
went
muscle.
to hell. They went to hell.
They went to hail. They gone.
Yeah, I got a
We need
7.
a new
so-
pair of shoes. 15.
Yeah, you win.
Hey.
And as I remember, I was like, oh yeah, this is the gold guy, so I just like let him have it. I'm like, okay, whatever. There's plenty to work with here.
Yeah, and as you're holding this this seal, Terrence, you do notice I don't know, you feel like a rush of energy kind of surge from it in a couple of pulses before it kind of settles into just holding a gold seal.
Do I have to attune to these daggers, or can I attune to these daggers?
You'd have to repair them first. They're pretty
Got it.
old.
That's right. They're broken.
They're like they're relics.
I want to be like I'm like trying to stand up like an inflatable thing. Like okay. Oh, all right.
All right. Well, that's done. So now let's actually figure out how to peruse this level of reality that we're in order to get back to the people I need to get back to. And I'm just like gonna start making my way out the door of whatever this building is. I have no clue where the Asmar were, and I'm just like ready to start hunting.
As you do that, and you right as you're reaching for the door, which is a stairwell and it leads to a door, the door does open, and the jeweler is standing there, but in his humanish form. Leaving so soon? I wouldn't go out there if I were you, not yet.
Is there something beyond this? Are we only in one particular spot? Like, I need to know so I can get back to my friends.
I kind of like oh wait. There's a lot of crazy shit that's happened. Let's hear what this guy has to say.
Well, and he looks at you and smiles, Toddle. Right now we're in the middle of the woods, about 6 or so miles from town. And you do still smell like ash in the air. And he looks at you again a little bit more seriously, but if you want to find your friends, it's going to take more than just walking back into town. They're definitely not here. And he slides past you and shuts the door behind him and like locks it while looking at you.
Oh god.
And then walks over to he has like a very small breakfast table kind of in the middle of the room. He pulls out a seat and he sits down and he kind of gestures for everyone to take a seat as well. There's just enough chairs for the three of you.
When the camera pans over at me, you just see me kind of hugging a chicken. And I'm gonna pick the chicken up and like a pillow and keep hugging it for comfort to ease my nerves.
The chicken is very ragdoll mode, just like.
I'm gonna walk over and sit down in the chair and like kind of give the chicken just like a gentle squeeze for comfort.
And the hen kind of like ruffles into her feathers and gets comfortable and like shuts her eyes.
We have a love for birds on this campaign. We've had 2 friendly bird.
Yeah, what the hell happened to Drac?
Drac,
Shout out to the
boy.
birds. Let's
I
shout
think
out.
Drac has definitely been following me around at this point, but Only when I
Yeah.
kind of called to him, which is
Yeah.
like,
Who knows where he is? I mean, I
Oh
know.
shit! Drac went to hell too.
Oh no.
Drac is spiraling.
Drac is
in nothing
too
but
smart.
frenzy.
One of us in the middle of this, like, oh fuck, the raven.
He gone.
Who?
And then Lander's the only one who's like, thank God that bird's gone.
It had a knife.
The bird had a
Anyway.
knife.
It's got a knife.
I'm gonna be kind of like Toddle's gonna be kind of twitchy and like not really feeling comfortable or like not feeling unable to sit, but is very curious and still wants to hear what this Asmar has to say. And
So you're just pacing around the table.
So I'm just like, yeah, there's a lot of pacing and a lot of like, okay, let's like get to it kind of urgency about it, but definitely not sitting quietly.
And Terrence, you're sitting?
I go over and I kind of like, I'm assuming a little bit more energized at this point. I'm gonna go over and sit down and kind of like legs kind of like split out a bit, like I have the coin in my hand like this. What? Good. Yes. And I just look.
And he looks at the coin. I see you've got into my safe. And he peers over at Toddle. That's okay.
You gotta know how to use your surroundings, bud. That's all I can say.
Hey, I don't blame you. Terrence, you're free to have that.
I could make you things if you need them.
I'm just flipping the coin around in my hand like I am this brander.
So he kind of just takes a minute and sits back and kind of looks at each of you intently for a minute. And after an almost uncomfortably long silence, he says, I don't have an easy way to say this, but your friends are in hell.
I knew it. I keep squeezing the chicken. I knew it.
I don't know.
Toddle.
Oh, what does Toddle do?
I was gonna say Toddle is somewhat unconcerned because Lander is tiefling and Fancy I forgot. Oh, I forgot if Fancy was a fire genasi or an earth genasi.
Earth.
Okay. Okay, so maybe I'm a little concerned for Fancy in that regard, hearing upon that information.
Yeah.
Like,
Fancy.
I am
fine.
made of
Not
stone.
yeah, I'm like, not. If it was fire, it would have been a little bit more manageable. But
I'm gonna be a lava genasi, guys.
I know.
Lava girl? Shark boy?
Yeah.
Sharp like a knife boy and lava girl.
Level aside.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
down.
I'm sorry.
This next episode of Lander and Fancy is
Oh,
Shark Boy and
please.
Lava Girl.
Meanwhile, in hell,
Oh, God.
Terrence just kind of nods, or I kind of like look a little confused, like hell. Like
I don't know if any of you have been there. It's not what they say to children and in riddles. It's a place. It's a maze of places.
Toddle's gonna ask if if this Asmar happens to know which level of hell.
I don't know. I did a little investigating myself. I assume it's the war level,
Okay.
which is where this crevice leads to. It's not as simple as jumping right in. You will need help.
Okay. First off, what is your name? Because I did not even get your name, jeweler.
Jared.
Wait,
That's
really?
It. That's it. It's Jared.
Did he go to Jared to get that name? Go to Jared.
yes, 1000%, yes.
Look at her writing the name down right now.
I am.
Here we go.
It was between Jared and something else. I chose Jared.
Was the other name
It was Adrian.
your friend in the? I was gonna say your friend in the diamond
Oh,
business.
fuck. They have the picture like everyone's waving. Anyway,
Yeah.
they're friends in the diamond business.
Any-
Anywho,
I definitely in character laughed at that. Jared, if you know ways in which we can reconnect with our friends that are in the war level of hell, I need to get there. Either I need to get there or they need to come to me, but I don't have the strength to do it by myself, so I need to request your services if you have that ability. As an Asmar, I'm not sure if Asmars can just like willy-nilly into hell, but
I wish we could. Unfortunately,
Right.
no. My light would dissipate as soon as I cross those doors.
Yeah.
The gates would
Yeah.
kill me alone. However, Fancy has told me that you are working with the witch. Is this true?
Well, I know.
Because if anyone can get you there, it's her.
I look to Terrence because I haven't met this witch.
I'm like, I kind of say like, okay, all right, all due respect, like I say that like as much as, and what was your name again? I look at like Toddle.
Me? I'm Toddle.
Toddle.
Petriol.
Toddle. I like these guys. Believe, like, you know, they seem very nice to me, but I gotta say, like, I'm down with doing this witch thing, but why do we gotta say, what's the deal with them? Why do we gotta risk our lives to save their lives? Because I need a little bit more before we go on from here.
Well, number one, I've known them longer than I've known you two. And number two, those guys can fight. Though that is our barbarian and our like ranger / fighter type characters. We need them. We need those guys. I can't fight. I can only make.
That's kind of mean calling her a barbarian. She's big, but I don't know if calling her a barbarian.
No, she's tall, but I mean that's kind of, you know, like, I mean.
Neither of you have seen her rage before.
That's really offensive.
I mean, she did this one thing.
As you're talking about Fancy, his expression kind of softens, and he's just like listening.
like
All due respect. I have seen her cave in a freaking Wendigo, okay? She is powerful and I need her on my side. And she cooks.
And purely from my character's point of view, I'm saying, like, I don't know about you, but I just saw the fucking world just split in half. And, like, this guy just said that it was into a level of hell, so...
Well,
what?
And Jared is going to interrupt you, Terrence, and lean in and kind of point at the seal that you're holding in your knuckles, between your knuckles. He says, well, if you can summon the power of the gold god, I'm sure you can get through.
Everything pricks up, like every single sense of my body and being pricks up, because no one has ever said gold god to me. I've always told people about the gold god. This is the first time anyone's ever spoken to me about the gold god, and I listen intently and like just pause and think, we will go.
Glad to see you've come around.
At that point, Calamity will speak up, and it's almost like he's fighting to speak. Almost like he lost his voice, and he says, "But why?"
And I just very kind of like a very hard hold on the shoulder, like, we're going.
But why do you want to go?
We're going.
Calamity. Now I did notice something happen. You have an ability, my friend, and I need to study more.
Oh yeah, he lit this guy on fire.
It was at me. I don't
It
know.
was insane. I didn't do shit. I just ran out.
I think Calamity has something up his sleeve, and I
haven't shared my name with Toddle.
Oh, that's right. No, wait, yes. Really?
I don't think so.
I thought I introduced. Okay.
I don't even know his name.
You told us your name but I didn't say.
Oh, okay. I at least have formal introductions with the Black Rabbit. That's what
the
we
guy's
say.
been on my shoulders, and I don't think I even know his name yet.
No, you know my
Okay.
name. You know
I
my
do?
name.
Okay.
When we went out to go to the shop, we introduced ourselves.
That's right. You're right.
Well, you will notice that when as Jared is looking at you, Calamity, he's looking at you pretty intensely. Like his demeanor is a little different when he's referring to you or looking at you.
When I notice this, I kind of go down into myself and I try to put the chicken in front to hide myself.
You just see a chicken head just like and she's just like in her feathers, like her breast feathers, and just like asleep.
And okay, then redact that I said Calamity. Just replace it with Black Rabbits. The Black Rabbit. Let's no. There's definitely something about you, and then I'm going to and it wasn't fire.
No,
you did something different.
No, I didn't. There's nothing about me.
He shot the fuck out of this guy.
No, he shot. I did.
You should have seen it. It was just. It was great.
I promise I didn't do it.
Oh, dude, no, don't be humble. You fucked this guy up.
And all the chickens are like staring at you, Calamity.
Well, it looks like I'm not even gonna ask like Calamity their yes, like to get their input. I'm just gonna assume that it's automatically you're in with us, and turn to Jared and say it's whatever. You say that this hell is like this is a dangerous path. It's not far off from what we've been experiencing so far. So I say let's go.
Well, the light could really use warriors like you all. I'm sure you can do it, but this is kind of where my help ends here. I have to keep things safe as much as I can on Earth.
After that, Calamity will yell out, just belt out, I don't want to go! They always try to use me! They always try to use me to go to hell, and I don't want to...
Do you know why, Hare? And you see his voice get stern.
Oh.
No.
Because you're a dark rabbit of the void. You can be the key they need.
I kind of like look over at Calamity. I'm like, you really, really got to open up more, dude.
If he doesn't know, do your generations know? And you notice, like, he has like a little bias against beings of your nature, of the void. And you don't even know what the fuck the void is.
I'm the only full black hair of my fluffle. They kicked. I had to leave because a lot of bad things were happening, and so they exiled me.
Makes sense.
Now I'm starting to get a picture here.
Well,
And I'm gonna just start to the like where I had Calamity originally in like my like I was like, oh, this is just a little rabbit, nothing to it. Now it's like starting to tick up, and I'm gonna be like, oh, there's value in you, and start to ask questions and be like, well, what if it's not just that you're with some other people who will take care of you, and you can do an insight check on me if you need to, but if you need to, like, at least I will be protecting you. That much I can say. I'm pretty loyal to people around me who are working with me, so I'd say that's at least one thing in your favor, little hair.
They call me Calamity.
Oh, well, ain't that a pleasant name?
Calamity.
You got me in your corner. I will protect you with my abilities as much as I can, and I like kind of nod towards the bone counter that I gave you, and kind of be like, "We made you something, you know."
I look down at the bone mace and the chicken, and and I just kind of like bring them both in closer.
And he looks at the three of you and he says, well, this is where I part ways with you. Use this shelter as long as you need.
I have questions. What's were you, was this Asmer, were you involved at all in any wars in the past? Are you old enough to be from any wars in the past that you might be able to speak upon?
I haven't. My great-grandfather died in that war.
Okay.
But I've lived a long time, but not that long.
Do you have any insight on the war and what it did to the world that we currently live in? Or maybe
Destroyed
not.
it. Destroyed
Okay.
it. But what the darkness doesn't know is that to make the light, it takes several entities. Entity of earth, entity of your heart, of soul, and he looks over at Calamity, and of the void. That's what makes the light. Not all of them are dead, but most sleep. I think the key to bringing light back into this world is trying to discover what voices can be heard from other ends of this realm, because the darkness thinks it's victorious, but really it's not. The people who run this earth, this world, are tormented by darkness, and they can't see anything else. Which is why I wanted to protect Fancy and you. Because it's been a long time since I really saw true good intentions, anyway, out in this world. The three of you don't fear maybe Calamity. Don't fear what's out there. And everybody on this earth does. And the only way to beat darkness is realizing there's more strength out there, and fear can be defeated. But to announce that to the entire world, there's only one of me and three of you.
Yeah. Which, if you don't mind me asking, which god do you follow?
The same one as this gentleman. And he looks at Terrence.
Oh.
Orson, the god of sky.
Would I-
Bringer of jewels and earth in the heavens.
Can I roll like a history or religion check to know, would I know anything about this god?
Religion or history would work.
Okay, let me.
I only know the god of the earth as they are. We have festivals for where I'm from for bounty of.
Yeah, that's the god that you're very well aware of, because Harengon, like, they get all of everything from the energy from the earth, which is the earth god. Same as Fancy.
I rolled a natural 20 plus 4. So that's interesting.
You're just
happen to know.
We basically do a mind meld of like, hold on, and then we just like I transfer everything I know about.
Giving away all my secrets, but it's fine. You'll need them. Yeah, I mean, you do know that there are several gods out there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. And there's a few you know about, but most things are just, you assume, like, most of the elements. There's still some things you may not understand. There's not a lot of writings about them, and even if there are, these are texts that have just been hidden from history since the war. And
I am the
you assume
booksmark one of the group.
Yes. But in order to even access these histories, you need to find where these texts are written. Looks like they were hidden for an obvious reason now, but yeah, but you do know about the Sky God, because a lot of other creatures do look upon it. A lot of Elven, in particular. So yeah, like some consider Orson the god of gold, of riches, of wealth, kind of like heavenly, like what you would consider heaven in the material sense. But his real power is through the sky, though. So of wind, of eternal depth, and including parts of space. But yeah, and he's very mysterious. Him and the Void are buds. But this is the first time you've really heard of the Void. You know it is one of the 7, but you don't know anything about it.
Okay. Yeah, this is all probably information I've read about or spoken with folks in the organization about, and like, okay, all right, this is start. And I look towards after upon hearing that is the god that Terrence also worships. I'm like, oh, this is just making so much sense now. Okay. That's all the questions I had to ask. I feel like I got my knowledge. Do you have a particular, I guess my last question, do you have a particular starting point to which we can start, like, go upon? Because right now, it was looking grim in the last plane we were in.
Well, the witch is leagues more powerful than I, and if anyone knows the dark arts more, would know how to utilize Calamity as a key, it would be her. Anything satanic, she would know about it.
I pep up and I say, Jared, my people only know of Thiago. We worship him. Who was the god of the void or darkness?
Be wary, the void is not darkness. It's something that mortal beings have difficulty perceiving. It's the ability of chance, of luck, of inspiration. It's of things happening by chance, running into the same people again. It's deja vu. It's a trickster type of god. And that's the one you were born from. You weren't born from Thiago.
Well, that makes sense. That definitely makes sense.
Calamity looks at Tuttle just so bewildered, confused, and also, like, you see kind of like who are you even saying, like, you know me?
I slap
all that in a
Calamity.
look.
I just like pat Calamity on the head, being of almost the same height, just like maybe a little taller. Pat Calamity on the head and just be like, I can bestow my knowledge upon you as well.
And he does look at Toddle. I need you all to harness this. This is why we're fallen into darkness, because people don't know who they truly are and what entities are there to support them. The entities haven't acted, they haven't defended the light. I don't know why. That's a big mystery and something I quarrel with every day. But if you harness your strength, trust yourselves, you can win this. You can find your friends.
Well, Terrence just kind of slapped his knees. Let's get a fuck ton of gold.
Okay.
And
right.
at that, Jared just disappears before your very eyes. Just boop, just disappears.
Hilariously, I'm gonna be like, wait, I wanted a piece of your wings. Damn it.
But you'd see a little chicken kind of waddle up with a little white feather in her beak.
Yeah, what I'm talking about, chicken. And I take this.
And she's very pleased with herself.
Good job, chicken.
DM, do I happen to see? Because I know there are fruits and veggies here. Do I happen to see like a simple hemp bag or anything to put them in?
Oh, I have a bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, I carry around a very large bag.
There's leather satchels kind of everywhere. Well, not everywhere. There's a few like hanging on some of the roots.
I'm gonna take one and I'm gonna fill it with the veggies before we leave.
Okay.
Good stuff.
And I think we all got jumbled on the stream.
Yeah, I'm fixing it. But actually, we're this is actually where we're gonna end the show for tonight.
Yay!
You have the option to take a long rest here if you need it.
Yes, absolutely.
It's a good idea.
Yes, I think so too. But otherwise, yeah, that ends our game. We are going to announce Lander, are you here? You are. Do you want to
Yeah, I'm
announce?
right here.
You want to announce the final?
All right,
winner
you guys
the
ready for
giveaway?
this?
Let's do
Giveaway
it.
time.
Do it.
Let me see.
Do
All right,
Exclamation critical in the chat one last time.
let's go, let's go, let's go. 5, 4, 3. Come on, last minute entries count. 2. Let's go, guys. 1. And
Nordic Geek. Hell yeah.
Nice.
That is
Send-
super cool.
Send me the info. Oh, I might have your info somewhere, but send it to me anyway, just in case. Thank you so much for joining, gang. This was a very information-heavy round, preparing them for their many journeys ahead. But
time for the lore dump. I hope
It
you
was
guys
the
caught
lore
it now.
dump.
And if you missed it and you want to know what's going on, you can definitely catch it on the YouTube.
Yes. But let's go ahead and raid some homies.
Our friends at Total Party Chill are on. They're doing their Monday.
Yeah.
I think they're doing their creepy game.
Okay.
What? We got
it is
competitor
the
creepy
season.
game? All right, well, I guess we got to
Creepies.
support them.
All right, we're gonna be raiding soon. Thank you so much, you guys. We'll see you next Monday.
Halloween's on Monday this year.
I know.
I
We have a
know, we get
Halloween
to
game.
play.
We get
It's
the
a
Halloween
We
big
got
game.
game.
plans. We got plans.
Bye.
Seconds.
Yeah.